In today's show, we examine the March 21st, 2024 Reno County Planning Commission meeting and their prohibition of battery storage systems for limited-scale solar in Reno County. There's a battle raging against commercial solar farms in Reno County. This is part of a bigger war that started at the national level and has now filtered down to my neck of the woods. In this series, I examine individual aspects of this struggle in depth to see how well they hold up under scrutiny. I feel there are lessons to be learned here that are applicable nationwide. At their March 21st meeting, our Reno County Planning Commission discussed issues that the Reno County Commissioners had with the proposed limited-scale solar regulations. Specifically, the County Commissioners had issues with the proposed regulations in 4 areas. Number 1, the plan should address the potential for industrial pollutants that may be generated. Number 2, the plan should lower the maximum noise level for solar farms from 60 dB to 40 dB. Number 3, they wanted rock and gravel redefined as permeable and allowed underneath the solar panels. Number 4, regulations should include more detailed specifications on battery storage buildings. The Planning Commission determined that the pollution concerns were already addressed in their previously proposed regulations, with one of the commissioners stating, "I can find no credible information that says there is a problem." Thus, they took no action on the pollution request and submitted the original back to our county commissioners. As to lowering the noise limits down to 40 dB, the Planning Commissioners left the existing 60 dB limits in place, with one stating, "So, this 60 decibel is, in my mind, adequate completely." The original 60 decibel limit was referred back to our county commissioners. The Planning Commission then determined that rock and gravel are permeable, and while not preferred, would be allowed under solar panels. They held a vote, passed this new rule, and submitted it back to our county commissioners. However, when it came to battery storage, our Planning Commission made a complete 180, and instead of working on more detailed building regulations, decided to prohibit battery storage altogether. They held a vote, passed the prohibition, and sent it to our county commissioners. Wait, what? Why prohibit battery storage entirely? Well, the main reason given was that Ark Valley Electric Co-op had been contacted and stated they would not install batteries now or in the future within the small solar farms the regulations were written to allow. Costs seemed to be the deciding factor. Additionally, Ark Valley didn't think there would be a possibility for others to want batteries for storage in such small solar farms either. So, the Planning Commissioners felt no need to address the issue and voted to prohibit battery storage altogether. Now, I have great respect for the Planning Commission. Quite frankly, they have done an amazing job, considering how technical and foreign the subject of solar farms has proven to be to them. Our Planning Commissioners are volunteers, and we are expecting a lot out of them. I think the Planning Commission would benefit greatly from bringing in industry experts to help answer the more technical questions. I've watched other county planning commissions buckle under the pressure and disinformation from anti-renewable groups. For the most part, though, through a lot of discussion and research, our Planning Commission has found their way to the facts. So, is battery storage important for solar energy production? Battery storage extends the hours that solar can provide electricity, flattening the production time curve and making solar farms more effective. Battery storage can also be used all on its own without renewable energy to support the grid in times of peak demand. Battery storage can even be used at EV charging stations to help cope with peak vehicle charging demand. Sometimes batteries make sense, and sometimes they don't. I respect Ark Valley's business decision not to use batteries. They are experts who know their needs and capabilities. However, battery prices and capabilities are changing rapidly. What isn't affordable or feasible today may be tomorrow. When I purchased my first lithium solar batteries in 2017, they were $800 a kilowatt hour. That has dropped to $300 today. Commercial lithium iron phosphate battery systems are highly efficient, safe, compact, and gaining traction rapidly. Given these advantages, perhaps another developer in Reno County might desire battery storage. But prohibition means thou shalt not. Bringing up solar and battery regulations again will be an arduous political process, so this prohibition will most likely be in place for a long time to come. My hope is that this prohibition doesn't taint the perception of battery storage systems and perhaps bleed over into residential solar regulations yet to come. What about battery storage systems for solar farm operators that don't sell energy to the grid? Will this end up being a prohibition for them as well? And finally, something that's just not sitting right with me. So far, our solar regulations have been tailored specifically for Ark Valley Electric Co-op and their needs. I'm concerned with regulations that are developed with a single company in mind. Now, I don't have anything against Ark Valley, as they're a great organization that delivers a tremendous benefit to our area. But it seems to me that limited-scale solar regulations have actually become Ark Valley solar regulations. Is that really what we want our local government to be doing? What message does that send? At any rate, the ball will be back in the Reno County Commissioners' hands most likely at their first meeting coming up in April 2024. There is some disagreement among our county commissioners in regards to commercial solar, and some strong anti-renewable sentiment as well. Will our county commissioners follow the recommendations of their planning commission, or will they invoke a supermajority to legislatively overrule them? At the very least, should be an interesting meeting. Thanks for watching.